In this video, I am going to talk about the electrochemical series and its applications. Electrochemical series. It is the arrangement of various elements or various electrodes in the increasing order of their standard reduction potential values. That arrangement is called as electrochemical series. So various elements or electrodes, they are arranged in an order, increasing order of their SRP values. That is called as the electrochemical series. This is the electrochemical series. These are the various electrodes and they are arranged in the increasing order. We can see values here. For lithium, SRP is minus 3.045, then for potassium minus 2.930. Like this, we have increasing values. In the center we have hydrogen, for which the SRP value is taken as 0, as it is the reference electrode. And for copper it is 0.34, silver 0.79, fluorine 2.87. Fluorine has the highest SRP value here. So this is electrochemical series, and for various electrodes, their SRP values are determined by combining potentiometrically with standard hydrogen electrode, maintaining standard conditions. So for the standard hydrogen electrode, the SRP value is taken as 0, and for remaining electrodes, the SRP values are determined. This is the electrochemical series, and we can see from top to bottom, the tendency for reduction increases. Okay, so lithium will be reduced with very difficulty, then somewhat lower for potassium, then somewhat lower for magnesium, for zinc, like this. So reducing tendency increases from top to bottom, and oxidizing tendency increases from bottom to top, bottom to top. So this electrochemical series provides us valuable information for the reactivity of metals in aqueous solution. So metals and also for non-metals, their reactivity in aqueous solutions, that can be determined with electrochemical series, and this can be determined under standard conditions only. And we can see the reactivity also. We can have information about the reactivity of metals from electrochemical series. You can see from the electrochemical series, top to bottom, the reactivity decreases. Lithium has the high reactivity, then potassium somewhat lower, then still lower for magnesium, then zinc, then hydrogen, then copper, silver, then fluorine, like this. So the reactivity of metals decreases from top to bottom. Then in the series we have in the top, I mean above hydrogen, we have alkali and alkaline earth metals, as they have high reactivity compared to the other transition metals. So these metals are called as active metals, and we find them in the top of the electrochemical series. So lithium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, these are the active metals. These are called as active metals. They are above the hydrogen in the electrochemical series. And at the bottom of the series, we have transition metals, as their reactivity is somewhat low compared to the alkali and alkaline earth metals. These are very stable, and they does not form compounds readily, transition metals. So these are called as noble metals, and these are placed at the bottom of the series, below the hydrogen. Okay, as they have low reactivity. So this is electrochemical series. Reactivity decreases from top to bottom, and so lithium is considered as the strong reducing agent. Fluorine is considered as the strong oxidizing agent. Reducing tendency increases from top to bottom. Oxidizing tendency decreases from top to bottom. Significance of EMF series are applications of electrochemical series. First one, we can predict the oxidizing power and reducing powers of any electrode by having knowledge of electrochemical series. In the electrochemical series, all the electrodes which are placed above the hydrogen, they are more difficult to be reduced. So their standard reduction potential values are negative. So we can take lithium, potassium, magnesium and zinc. These are above the hydrogen. So these can be reduced with the most difficulty. So their SRP values are negative. You can see here minus 3.045 for lithium, then minus 2.9 for potassium, then for magnesium minus 2.3, minus 0.7 for zinc, like this. So these are the better anodes. Lithium has the least SRP value, so it acts as a strong reducing agent. Similarly, the electrodes or the elements which are below the hydrogen, they can be easily reduced. Fluorine electrode has the highest E0 value, standard reduction potential value, and therefore fluorine has the greatest tendency to get reduced. So it acts as a strong oxidizing agent. When it is easily reduced, it will oxidize the other electrode faster. So in general, oxidizing agents have positive E0 values. So in the electrochemical series, the electrodes which are placed below the hydrogen, they are all better oxidizing agents as they have positive SRP values. Similarly, the electrodes which are placed above the hydrogen, they have negative SRP values. They are the better reducing agents. As lithium is at the top, it is the best reducing agent. Fluorine is at the bottom, having highest SRP value. It is the best oxidizing agent. So for a system with reduction potential has a great tendency to undergo oxidation. So we can easily interpret the behavior of elements or electrodes with the knowledge of electrochemical series. Another application of electrochemical series is replacement tendency. We can predict the tendency for replacement. Higher the value of reduction potential, it shows a great tendency to assume the reduced form. So if we have knowledge of electrochemical series, we can predict the replacement. For example, if we want to know whether copper will displace zinc from a solution or whether zinc displaces copper from a solution, we must have knowledge of electrochemical series. Another application is predicting the spontaneity of redox reaction. Spontaneity of a redox reaction can be predicted from the EMF, electromotive force of the complete cell reaction. Positive EMF indicates the reaction is spontaneous, and if the EMF is negative, then the reaction is non-spontaneous. In general, an element or electrode having lower reduction potential value that can easily displace the element or electrode with higher reduction potential value from its salt solution spontaneously. Another application of electrochemical series is calculation of equilibrium constant for a system. Another application of electrochemical series is calculation of equilibrium constant. For a cell reaction, we can calculate the equilibrium constant K value if we know the standard electropotential value of the cell reaction. Another application is the calculation of standard EMF of the cell. If we know the electropotential values of both the electrodes, then we can easily calculate the standard EMF of the complete cell. Next application is tendency of the metals to displace hydrogen from dilute acids. In the electrochemical series, metals with negative reduction potential values, I mean metals which are above the hydrogen, they have negative reduction potential values. So these metals can easily liberate electrons, and those electrons With those electrons, they can liberate hydrogen gas, which is opposite to the metals which are present below the hydrogen in the electrochemical series. So metals which are above the hydrogen in the electrochemical series, they liberate hydrogen gas with dilute acids, and the metals which are below the hydrogen in the electrochemical series, they will not liberate hydrogen gas with dilute acids. Drawbacks of electrochemical series. In the electrochemical series, a metal which is high in the series, that is more anodic than the metal which is below it. For example, lithium corrodes faster than magnesium. Lithium is at the top, then magnesium is at the bottom. So lithium is at the top, then we have magnesium at the bottom. So if we connect these two, lithium acts as anode, magnesium acts as cathode. Similarly, if we take zinc and iron, zinc corrodes faster than iron, as zinc is at the top and iron is below zinc. Similarly, the same is the case with the copper and silver. Copper is at the top, it acts as anode, and silver is at the bottom, so it acts as cathode. So this is the general trend of electrochemical series, but there are some exceptions like titanium. Titanium actually it is above silver in the electrochemical series. According to electrochemical series, titanium should act as anode and silver should act as cathode. But opposite to that one, titanium acts as cathode and silver acts as anode. And the same is the case with zinc and aluminum couple also. Zinc actually below aluminum in the electrochemical series, but zinc is corroded. Zinc acts as anode and aluminum acts as cathode. This is opposite to the prediction of electrochemical series. So these observations are exactly opposite to the predictions of electrochemical series. This is due to the fact that some metals they exhibit passivity. They develop strong adhering oxide layers on their surfaces. Because of these oxide layers, their reactivity is low. Because of this, their electrode potential values have become more positive. To overcome these drawbacks, a more practical series has been developed. That practical series is called galvanic series. This galvanic series gives corrosion behavior of the metals and alloys in a given environment, seawater. Thus, galvanic series gives real and useful information for studying the corrosion of both metals and also alloys. Galvanic series. Galvanic series is the arrangement of metals, semi-metals and alloys according to their nobility. This is the electrochemical series. This is the arrangement. So here we have magnesium alloys, zinc, cadmium, aluminum alloys, mild steel, cast iron. So here we find both alloys and metals, and the cathodic behavior cathodic behavior decreases from top to bottom. So the metals or alloys which are at the bottom like platinum, gold, graphite, these are more cathodic. They are the better cathodes. And the metals or alloys which are present at the top, they are better anodes. So anodic behavior from bottom to top increases. Galvanic series is based on nobility. Nobility is the resistance to corrosion and oxidation in the presence of moist air. So based on nobility, the metals and alloys are arranged in the galvanic series. Here, these are arranged based on their relative potentials at a specified environment. The environment taken here is the seawater. So, in seawater, the nobility of metals and alloys that is taken into consideration and they are arranged. This is a galvanic series. Difference between galvanic series and electrochemical series. In electrochemical series, we consider the SRP values or standard electrode potential values of metals and non-metals. In other words, we consider here potentiometric conditions. In galvanic series, we consider the nobility of metals and alloys also. And the environment considered here is seawater. Next difference, position of the metal in the electrochemical series is fixed as it is placed based on the electropotential value. But in galvanic series, the position of the metal may differ depending on the corrosion aspect, irrespective of its electrode potential. In electrochemical series, no position is given to alloys, but in galvanic series, alloys are also included. Electrochemical behavior of redox systems can be predicted in electrochemical series. In galvanic series, relative corrosion tendencies of metals are predicted. These are the differences between electrochemical series and galvanic series.